Well, hello there. Welcome back to Brambleberry. We are back out here at ye old Massey Ferguson tractor doing battle once again. So I have come to the conclusion that I need to put on the belt that I have. I did a little more looking into the segmented belts that I mentioned in the last video. And while I think that would get the tractor running, it looks like it would not last very long. It looks like that's okay in a pinch from some of the things that I was watching on YouTube, but long term, not really what I'm looking for. I want something that's going to last a while. Now, I might get some of those belts to have on hand in case I have another belt break, so I can keep working, put it on quick and keep working. I think those belts, from what I could see, are mainly made for like woodworking tools, like table saws and band saws and that kind of stuff, not for more high-powered equipment like this. So anyway, I'm out here today. The thing that we're going to try to get done here is on the front of this. Well, you can't really see it there. Let me flip this around. Right down there is the hydraulic pump for this tractor. So I have to figure out how to unbolt that. I'm hoping that I can leave all the hoses and whatnot connected to it and just unbolt it and slide it forward a bit, because all I really need is like a 1/2 inch or so. I mean, this is a 1/2 inch wide belt, to get this belt wrapped around this pulley. Once I do that, I can bolt it back on, bolt the pulley back together there, and start putting this thing back together and hopefully get her running and get the front loader working here so we can get it lifted up, get the tires off of it, get them replaced. I don't know if I'm gonna get to all that today. One never knows with this project, but hopefully we'll get this thing resurrected to the point where the engine's running today. So wish me luck, hope it works. And I got my trusty area rug thrown down under there so I don't have to lay in the nastiness of the ticks and the leaves and oil and junk. Hopefully I won't be pouring any oil onto this, but we'll see. It looks like there's just 2 bolts holding that thing onto the frame. My track record getting old bolts out thus far has not been great, but we're gonna see if we can get those out, and hopefully that's all that's holding it on and we can slide this thing forward. Oh, and while I would like to bring you down there with me to see what's going on, there's not a whole lot of space, so unfortunately that's not gonna happen. Sorry. I'll just tell you later whether it worked or not. All right, so I'm bringing you down here after all, not to show you how I'm getting this off, but to show you how I'm not getting this off. Yeah, it's pretty bad. This is another butt-whooping worthy design we got going on here. So, sorry for the shaky camera, but there is the pump. The bolt is right there on this side, and then there's another one on that side. And you got all this other frame and stuff around it that's in the way. Not to mention the bolt, if I can show you there, is kind of recessed back under this little piece here, which means this socket that I would put on there is not going to go on because it's hitting that. And when I try to get a wrench on here, I can't turn the wrench because, well, I can't turn the wrench. There's no room to turn the wrench. If I try to put a closed end up on there, it won't go because of that flange or whatever you want to call it being too close. This is so frustrating. All of this just because I need half an inch of space to put a belt on. That segmented belt is looking better and better as we go on. It's like, you know, if that's gonna wear out and bust periodically, it's like almost easier to just replace it instead of going to all this trouble. I gotta think on this. Well, it's several hours later and I'm ready to get back at it. I took a trip to to several stores looking for some tools to help me with this project. When you don't got the tools to do the job, you either have to get somebody else to do the job for you, or you have to go get the tools to do the job. So I went to get the tools to do the job. Or I guess you could borrow them too. But then if you need those tools again in the future, guess what you have to do? You got to bug somebody to borrow them again. So I just went and bought them. So we'll see if the tools I got, gnats are bugging me. We'll see if the tools that I got are going to do the trick. So the first thing we're going to try is this short wrench. See if I can get that up in there. If not, I got some other things to try. I didn't try too hard with the stubby because there's just not a lot of leverage with it. I did try putting a pry bar on it and prying it down. There's kind of not room to get a pry bar up in there. So next thing I'm going to try is one of these dudes. It's a crow's foot, and putting some extensions and a ratchet on there. I think that's how that works. I've never used these before, so we're going to find out. So I got one of them to loosen finally. I haven't tried the other one yet. It took the crow's foot to loosen it, and then I'm putting the stubby wrench on there and use it to slowly turn it around. So what I ended up having to do is extension and to one of these, whatever you call them, universal things, and put that into the crow's foot, and that got me just enough leverage on there to break it. So we're gonna see if we can't get this one backed out some and then get the other one broke too. So this is really slow going because I have to put the wrench on one direction, turn a little bit, flip it over, turn it just a little bit more so I can get it back on the other way again, and just do that over and over again. So this one was a little different. I had to come out here and with one extension and actually put a breaker bar on it because I couldn't get enough leverage with my ratchet. Okay, I got those bolts both backed off some. I don't have them completely out. I'm gonna see if I can leave them in and just, I don't know, because I don't know how long they are. If they're pretty long, I might be able to just back it out enough to get this thing to pull out. It's starting to loosen up some, so we'll see if we can get it backed off enough to get that belt through on the other side. So you think y'all can help me out with this for a minute? So I'm gonna put you up here on top and have you watch the pulley. And I'm gonna go down there and I'm gonna pry back on the hydraulic pump, and I want you to watch and see if it's moving, and if it is, you let me know, okay? Okay, thanks for your help. All right, so you all are watching that piece right there. The pulley actually should stay back here. It's this front part here. If that moves, you let me know, all right? You put it in the comments, and then I'll check back after the video posts to see if it moved or not. Well, did it move? Let me know. I got it moved back some, but I can't get it moved back any further. Thanks for your help, by the way. So, whatever. Let me show you here. So this particular radiator is for the hydraulic fluid, apparently, because the pump is connected to it down there to this pipe coming in the bottom. The problem is that that hose down there is coming up through this piece of metal, and so as I'm pushing out, that it's hitting on the end of that, or on the edge of that hole, and that's not flexible pipe. Well, part of it is, but the part coming up through there is hard pipe, or metal pipe, or whatever you want to call it. So I got to figure out, without taking all this off, I'm tired. Look, y'all, I'm tired of taking things off of this backhoe. That is all this has been, all to change a tire. So I got to figure this out, how to get that thing to move. It is so close. Look at this. I'll show you closer. Look at that gap. We got a gap coming in there, but it's not enough to get a belt through. I can pry it a little bit further, but not enough to get a belt through. So I don't want to take any more pieces off of this. I certainly don't want to take that radiator off. I might be able to get that metal sheathing off of there, but it's around the radiator hose. Give me a minute. I'll be back. All right, y'all, I need your help again. So I've got this ratchet strap hooked on to the pump on the side that's getting jammed up. I need you to watch again, and I'm gonna come up here and jump on the bucket and see if it pulls forward. All right, there it is. Remember, it's this front part here. Keep a close eye. Well, did it move? Let me know in the comments. Well, hey, I don't know if you noticed that, but that gap is bigger. So what I did, I ratcheted that thing back and put some pressure on it. Then I came up here with my pry bar and I pried it. And when I pried it forward, it held it back. So I think with a little bit more finesse in here, we might be able to get it just far enough back to get that belt through there. Say a prayer. Looky there. I got it wedged in. I don't tear it up. Oh, come on now. Come on now. Get out of there. It's so close. Like it got twisted around or something. It's twisted in there. Why won't that go through? Well, I know why it won't go through. Oh, I'm just afraid of tearing my belt out. I may need an extra set of hands for this. All right, y'all, we have turned the corner in this thing. We got the belt on with some extra hands, some extra help here, thanks to our awesome neighbors. And went to go tighten it up, and there's no nut for this bolt, so I got to go get a new bolt and nut so that we can tighten up the belt properly. But other than that, I think we're ready to start putting things together. But naturally, it's late in the day, so I guess I'm done. So that's all for this video, and I appreciate y'all watching, and I hope you have a blessed day. Bye.